So let's start to look how we can interpolate a value from Vue.js and show it here in our HTML file. So this is a very basic template here, as you can see here, and what we have is here is the CDN file of Vue.js. So I'm working with an HTML file. This is very important because there will be slightly differences than if you would work with a Node.js structure. So what we're going to do is, first of all, I want to create a simple div, and this div I will give an ID name of app. And in this app, what I want to do here is eventually show a value. If I would put that paragraph in here, and here we should do a value which we call interpolate a value from Vue.js and insert it here in the HTML file. So anything will be shown in here. So how do we do this? Well, we have this app here, and now let's start to work here basically in the app.js. And in this app.js, I'm going to say vue.create app, and there we are. So we have this here, we have the create app here, and then what I want to do eventually is to create here the data object, or an object here, which is called the data. And because it's an object, we have here these curly braces, and in here we want to return a value. What this will be depends. So return, and in the return, which is also a object, we can do here something. So if we can put in here something. Let's say, for example, here we have this, we say p1, and let's say here p1 as well. That will be the object name or the value here, p1, and the p1 will be anything like that. And make this sure that this is a string value. So if I save this, of course, and save this one here, refresh, of course it doesn't work yet because we didn't connect it completely. So what are we missing? We're missing a few things. First of all, this p1 must understand that it will be in here. So remember, if you have JavaScript and you have HTML, normally you have like get document and search for a certain item. This Vue create app basically reference to that get document by ID. When instead of get document by ID, we're going to say here connect that to this ID here. How do we do that? In other words, we're going to say here dot mount. So connect, mounting is attaching something to something else, and then we're going to say here the ID name. So what's the ID name? App, but of course here hashtag app, like that. So if I save this right now, there we are. Of course nothing happens yet, because what we only did was we basically say get document by ID, and then we didn't even say returning. Well, we have the return here to say show this, but where exactly are we returning it? We want to do it in here, but we don't have anything here. So what I'm going to say here, these curly braces here twice is a special command built for Vue.js. And then what I want to do here is putting in the value, and the value is basically the object name here, or the object value, or I'm not sure what the name of this is, but anyway, it doesn't matter so much. But if I save this, or the namespace if I'm not mistaken, sorry, that's the right term, you can see here what is happening. You might say, why is it first showing p1 and then after a while it starts to show? Well, the reason why is it's loading, but you can see here it's loading because this item is unpackaged, meaning it's extracting all the values out of it, which is a lot of things all together. It's being packaged and then unpacked, and that's why it just takes a split second. But as you can see here, this works and it looks very simple. All right. So that's basically to show a simple value in Vue.js.